Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you, teacher. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, thank you. Now, your name is Janet, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, thank you for being here, Janet. Now, we also have four more students. We're gonna try to give them just a minute to see if they are right. In the
All right.
meantime, it's not necessary for you to enable your camera. So
Okay, good.
all right, yeah, because we're just gonna talk, and I'm gonna show you um, one presentation.
All right.
Okay. So, well, in the meantime, okay, so I see that Angie is unavailable, Aurelia is unavailable. So, I'm just gonna start right now. All right. Janet, can you please tell me if you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Great. So today's topic is about university degrees. Um, this is a weekly lesson, so this means we're gonna do a lot of practice. And well, this is the week number 6. So we have 4 weeks more. In these 4 weeks that we have left, all weekly sessions are gonna center around vocabulary. So this is gonna be a vocabulary lesson. So let's start with the warm-up. I have 2 questions here. Give me just 1 second, and I want to show you with my pointer. Yeah, I have question number 1 here and number 2. So as we're talking about university degrees, the vocabulary that we want to acquire is about universities, how to get into a university, what do we need to apply for one, and so on. So the first question I want you to think about is this one. Let's think about some of the requirements when applying for a college. So, Janet, what would you say are some of those requirements?
All right. So first one would be the application form and the bachelor degree, diploma, the ITFES test results, and the money for the tuition.
All right, very well. So you mentioned, well, let's try to think in general terms. Application form,
Yes.
and maybe we can also have an interview, right?
Oh, yes.
That's in general terms, but you did very well. Now let's try to think about the second questions. What are the potential benefits of getting a degree?
Well, to be a professional, to be a professional, so you can work in your area where you want to specialize.
Work in your area, very well. Let's call that
Get a
specialization.
yes.
All right, very well. You're going in the right direction. So, why are we talking about this very specific topic? So, since most international exams, like the IELTS, the TOEFL, and even the SEPTO, are aimed at qualifying you for college applications, you must have the necessary knowledge, that is vocabulary, of all the spectrum related to academia. So as you mentioned, the fees, getting the degree, maybe having an interview. So the idea here is to acquire that vocabulary. And how do I acquire that vocabulary? Well, we acquire vocabulary in two ways. One is doing repetitions, which I don't suggest, and the other one is acquiring in context. So the best way to acquire vocabulary in context, and the easiest way, is by reading. So this first activity is gonna be a reading. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna give you the link. I have it here. But before I give it to you, I want to show you what do I want you to do. So this is the Michigan application, and they're gonna talk you about cost. They're gonna talk you about fees, and what I want you to do is recognize what are some of those hard words or new words for you, and maybe in that time try to see what is the meaning of those in a dictionary. So you have here the page, you have the section of cost, you scroll down, and there's another section called paying for college. So I want you as well to read about that. I'm gonna give you about 15 minutes, and as we finish, we're gonna talk a little more about that. All right?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you the link right now. And please tell me when you open it.
I'm trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, I just open it.
Great. So from here now, you're gonna have 15 minutes to read. Don't rush it. Yeah, you have a question?
So let me see if I understood. So I should read all the page and then get the words that I don't understand and find them in a dictionary. Is that the task, or just read?
It's just reading, but try to put a higher emphasis on those words that you don't know. Because after this, we're gonna do a listening exercise. So I need you to be well prepared about all this vocabulary.
Okay, I got you. I just got the courses, yes?
Yeah, and you scroll down, and there's another section called
housing and meals, booking supplies, and a big picture.
Yeah, and the last one is called paying for college. You have to open that.
Is it in another link?
No, it's in the same one. You scroll down, and there's paying for college, and you click on it, and that's it.
I think I didn't get the same page as the one you got on your screen.
Let
me reopen.
All right.
No, I can't. I'm not sure what I'm doing, and something's wrong. I can't go back. Hello?
Yeah? You cannot open it?
No.
Alright, well, let's try this. I'm gonna give it to you once again.
Okay.
And let me see if it works.
Okay, I got it. Gonna
Great.
copy.
Alright, so you have 15 minutes from now.
Alright, thank you.
Let me know when you finish. If it's earlier, it's fine.
Okay.
Mire, mamá. Mire.
Sí, yo no sé, pero tan raro que se haya ido el internet, ¿no?
Hey,
Y sí.
Aurelia.
Ay, hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, so sorry for being late, but I had like problem with my internet connection, so sorry.
Don't worry, we're just starting. So, you get the exercise that we were doing? Or
Yes, well, I saw like links, but tell me what I have to do with that.
okay, so today we're gonna talk about university degrees. The idea is to acquire vocabulary. So
Yeah.
I gave you this link to read that and pay special attention to those words that you don't know or that are new for you. After that, we're gonna do some questions and a listening exercise. All right. So it's just reading that link.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, teacher, I just finished.
All right, that's great. I'm gonna give 3 more minutes to Aurelia, and we're gonna discuss that web page. All right.
All right. All right.
All right.
Okay, teacher. Don't worry.
Great. Yeah. So I'm gonna share my screen again, and I'm gonna tell you guys about 3 things that are very important from this website. So first, we have fee waiver. Any one of you know what is fee waiver?
No, I don't know. Well, I suppose it's like an help or something like that,
Like a what?
or
I'm sorry.
or like the cost of the student.
Yeah, it's related to costs. Very well. And how about you, Janet? You know what is that? Janet? Alright, seems like Janet's not here. But that's fine. So yeah, a waiver, it's an opportunity an organization gives you to acquire something. So in this case, as we're talking about a university, the university is giving you the opportunity to get a lower cost depending on your income. That is a fee waiver. Now, we're also talking about, where was that? Here, in tuition fees. We have resident and non-resident. So, Aurelia, why do you think the resident is cheaper than the non-resident fee? Do you hear me? Aurelia?
Sorry, I had my microphone off. Sorry, I was speaking to myself. Sorry, could you repeat your question? I didn't understand.
Yeah, so why do you think this tuition fee is cheaper for residents than it is for non-residents?
Well, I don't know, because you tell me that it is a help, yes? So
no, but that's the waiver. That is just a concept. So the fee waiver is a help you receive. So now we're talking about tuition fee, and that is apart. So let's forget about the waiver. Now we're talking about.
So then, well, I think that is like great to make that, because it's like helping the national people that are there. So it's great.
All right, that's close. So it is cheaper because in this type of universities, you have the access of housing. So that means you're living in the university. Thus, you're paying a higher cost if you're living inside the university than if you're paying a normal rent outside the university. So that's why you get a reduced price. Is that clear?
Hello, teacher. Sorry, I had my microphone off before. I was trying to speak but couldn't. But now I'm back.
No problem. That's great. You're back. So, you got everything I said? Why is that cheaper?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and Aurelia, is that clear?
Yes.
Yes, I understand right now. It's okay. So, but I suppose that there are a lot of people that, like, the resident is going to be maybe as like very large. It's very like wanted by all the students because of the lowest price.
Yeah, that is true. Most people want to get inside college, live inside college, but there's a drawback to that, and is that, well, yeah, you're paying a reduced cost here, but housing has a different cost, and maybe you're paying more that in that case. So let's give it is not written here, but let's say it costs $50,000. plus 15, that's gonna be a lot more than this price for a non-resident, right? So that's when you have to compare things, because at the end it's kind of the same price. But what I wanted you guys to have here is the meaning of these concepts. And yeah, well, this last one is easier. It's just housing. I'm sure it's clear now. So that's when
Yeah.
you live inside the college. All right. Now let's move back to the presentation. So we're gonna do a reflection. I'm gonna ask you one by one each of these questions. So let's start with number 1. And Janet, please tell me, in your culture, who are mainly responsible for saving money and paying for college? Parents or children?
Usually, parents are the one in charge of the children's responsibilities about college and those stuff. But there are some teenagers who need to work in order to pay their studies.
All right, that's very well. Thank you for that. Now, Aurelia, let's see this second question. If children pay at least part, what values can they learn from such an experience?
Well, they will learn like to earn money, to just to earn money, and to appreciate the effort of their parents, because it's like a lot of money every year that they have to spend. So then they can like be more motivated and more responsible with their studies.
All right, you said something very important, is appreciation. That's right. So thank you for that. Now let's look at this third question. Janet, so what percent of college students have part-time jobs? I want you to make a guess here.
Oh, well, I would say about 40%. Here in Colombia, it's not very common that their children work in a part-time job, because here in Colombia we usually have full-time jobs, and because we don't have the pay hour like in United States or Canada. So yeah, I would say about 40%.
Okay. Now let's look at this fourth one. Aurelia, so does the money they earn go to pay for school expenses or other non-essential items like music, eating out, or trips? We're talking about the students here.
Well, I suppose that most of the case, well, it depends of the situation, because if the parents like pay them the university, well, they can like spend their money in what they want. But if the parents can't not pay them the university, well, they don't have another choice but to pay the university, earn it for the school expense.
That's right. So it depends on the context and also the situation of the student. So maybe he might have just enough money for paying for college, or he might have a little more to have trips or going for concerts, anything like that. So very well. Now let's look at this final one, Janet. What are the signs that university students have developed independence?
Well, usually when they work and they earn their own money to pay for their expenses, like food, like even housing and meals.
Okay, that is very well. Earn money. Okay, so you guys did very well on that. Now I think we're ready to move to the listening practice. I have this link here. Now, before I share it on Skype with you guys, I want you guys to see it on my screen. So, this is the listening exercise. It's about 3 minutes. listen to that. You can listen to that a couple of times if you want. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes, and then you have these questions. Alright? Based on those questions, I want you guys to fill those options, and let's see how you guys do. So I'm gonna share my the link right now. And let me know if it's working for you guys.
I'm in.
Great. So from now on, you have 10 minutes, and listen to the exercise, maybe listen 2 times to that, and answer the questions.
Okay, teacher, I finished.
All right, very well. Now, how about you, Aurelia?
Well, I am like answering the questions.
I'm sorry?
I am answering the questions.
Ah, okay. So you're gonna have 2 more minutes. Okay, guys, so time's over. I'm gonna go back to my screen, open my presentation, and let's make a summary of how well did you guys do with those exercises. So, Janet, as you were the first one to finish, please tell me how well did you do with that exercise?
Well, actually, it was quite good. I got all them correct.
That's very well. Did you encounter any words that were new for you?
No.
Okay, that's very good. So, here, what's very important is if whenever we encounter new words, we have to see them in context. So, we did that by reading. Now, Aurelia, how well did you do?
Well, yes, I got like all the correct answers, but they were like some part of the conversation that like they speak like very fast, and like some words that I did not understand. But well, I got like the main ideas like of each like part. But yeah, there were some words that I what.
Okay, that's fine for now. Well, in order to improve that, we can just read. And I forgot to mention something, guys, and is that when we get asked about these things, we're never gonna get asked about the situation in Colombia, about universities. So usually, as for the case of United States and Europe, the fees are annually. So we're not talking about semesters. Each of these prices apply for 1 year. All right. And normally, here in Colombia, most degrees last for 5 years, but there in the United States or Europe, they last for 3 years. So it's important to keep that in mind. And that will be it for today, guys.
Sorry. Why is that shorter? It's very shorter. I mean, comparing with Colombia, is it the same degree, or what would be the difference?
It's the same degree. Well, it's kind of complicated in the case of Colombia. I often criticize this system because we often get let me show it right here. So let's say each semester we have about 8 courses in Colombia.
Yes.
Whereas in the United States or in Europe, we get 3 courses each year. So the emphasis in Europe and United States is that if you're studying English, you should only study English and maybe linguistics, phonetics. Whereas in Colombia, what happens? Well, we study anthropology, ethics,
Math.
math, even statistics. So
Yes.
I criticize that because it kind of feels like they're feeling in the spaces, whereas
Yes.
in United States and Europe, you gotta do what you gotta do, and that's it. So that's why they last 3 years. But if you do 5 years, you're gonna get also the master's degree, which lasts 2 years.
I see. Much better.
Yeah,
And you don't waste time studying things that you will never use.
exactly. That's absolutely true. I wish it would be like that in Colombia, but we cannot do anything about it. Alright guys, so that's all for today. I appreciate you for being here, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Alright?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Alright, no problem. Take care guys, and have a nice day.
Okay, thank you so much,
Bye.
teacher.
Alright, no
We-
problem. Okay, bye bye guys.
Bye.